There are moments in life when you feel invisible. When you walk into a room and no one notices. When you give your best and still nobody appreciates it. When your friends move forward, chasing their dreams while you're standing still, wondering, why not me? It hurts. The silence of being left out feels louder than 1,000 words. You start to question your worth, your purpose, and even your place in the world. But what if being left out isn't rejection? What if it's redirection? Life quietly preparing you for something greater than you can see right now. There was once a young girl named Maya. She lived in a small town and dreamed big. She had a group of friends who seemed to have everything figured out. Top grades, exciting jobs, and endless confidence. Maya, on the other hand, always felt like the quiet one in the corner. The listener in every conversation, the one people forgot to call when they made plans. She tried harder, smiled more, offered help to everyone, hoping someone would notice her efforts. But no matter what she did, she still felt invisible. One evening, she sat alone at a cafe. Outside, laughter filled the streets, groups of friends passing by with stories and excitement. Maya looked at her untouched coffee and sighed. "Maybe I'm just not enough," she whispered. An elderly woman sitting nearby turned toward her. Her eyes were kind but sharp, the kind that sees more than you say. "You know," the woman said softly, "when flowers bloom too early, the frost takes them. But when they wait for the right season, they flourish longer." Maya frowned slightly, unsure what she meant. The woman smiled. "Maybe you're not late. Maybe you're simply growing roots while others are showing petals." That sentence stayed with Maya. She didn't fully understand it yet, but it felt warm, like a light in a dark room. Over the next few weeks, she started to notice things she hadn't before. Her patience, her ability to listen deeply, her creativity when solving problems. She began spending her evenings writing short stories, pouring her thoughts onto paper. It became her safe space, her world of meaning. But life didn't suddenly become easier. Her friends started new jobs, got engaged, traveled abroad. Every scroll through social media was a reminder of how far ahead they were. One night, she saw a photo of her entire friend group at a wedding she had been invited to. That one stung deeply. For days, she replayed every moment, asking herself, "What's wrong with me? Why wasn't I enough to be included?" Then she remembered the old woman's words, "Maybe you're growing roots." And for the first time, instead of crying, she decided to trust that maybe this isolation had a reason. She focused on what she could control, her writing. She wrote every night, sometimes until dawn, building characters who found light in their loneliness. Slowly, her sadness turned into stories, and her pain became art. Months passed. One day, she saw an online writing contest. She almost ignored it, thinking she wasn't ready. But something inside whispered, "Try." So, she submitted one of her stories, the one about a flower blooming late. Weeks later, an email arrived. "Congratulations, you're one of the winners." Maya stared at the screen, frozen. She had to read it twice to believe it. That contest became the start of something new. Her story went viral. People wrote to her, saying her words made them cry, that they felt seen for the first time. She started a small blog, sharing more stories about loneliness, hope, and healing. Slowly, the world that had once ignored her started to listen. The same friends who once forgot to invite her began reaching out, saying how proud they were. But this time, Maya didn't need their validation. She had found her purpose. Years later, she returned to that same cafe. The world had changed. She had changed. She sat by the window, watching the sunset, when she saw that same elderly woman again. Maya rushed to her and said, "You were right. I was growing roots." The woman smiled, her eyes filled with quiet joy. "I know, dear. Strong trees don't fear storms. They've prepared for them underground." In that moment, Maya understood that every delay, every rejection, every lonely evening had been shaping her silently. If she had bloomed too early, for the wrong crowd, for temporary approval, she might never have found her true calling. Sometimes, when you feel left out, it's not because you're unworthy. It's because you're being set apart, refined, strengthened, made ready for something deeper. Life doesn't skip those who deserve it. It pauses them, molds them, teaches them patience. The people who shine the brightest often come from seasons of silence. The cocoon always looks lonely until it opens and reveals a butterfly. Maya's story is a reminder that the emptiest chapters often become the most meaningful ones later. So, if you feel left out today, remember, maybe life is just rearranging your path to lead you somewhere bigger. Don't chase the ones who forgot you. Don't fight for doors that close. What's meant for you will find you, but only when you stop doubting your timing. Use this quiet season to grow roots so deep that when you bloom, no wind can shake you. Because sometimes being left out is life's kindest way of saying you're meant for more.